If you have the money, I don't care if you won't have $100 left over. Pay your bills. All my angels say what? Say hey.
My collar is blowing me, so just don't mind it, please.
What's up, y'all? My name is Janae. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you can join the Amore family. Y'all are my Amore angels, and I love y'all so much. YouTube has been a blessing to me, and we are just gonna grow it into a bigger blessing, okay? Because I am going to nourish y'all. I'm gonna feed into y'all. I'm gonna pour into y'all. I'm gonna give y'all my love. So y'all are my Amore angels, okay? And I love y'all. I love y'all so much. Show me some love. Leave some likes, okay? If you watched the last video, how to get your first apartment, the beginning tips and tricks and all that, go watch it. That's the first part, okay? That's the first part. Because this video, I'm giving y'all the hacks. I'm giving y'all the hacks from the point of view of a leasing consultant, which I am. I'm a leasing consultant. I work in an apartment office. And it's not the nicest apartment, okay? It's real cute. It's actually really cute. Great views, all that. Great space, all that. But it's a little ghetto. And you will only know that if you're in the office. So I'm going to tell y'all all the tea that I know and all the things. But go watch how to get your first apartment first, okay? Because I talk about budgeting. I talk about planning. I talk about the reality that you don't need to think about when you get your first apartment. It's a lot of little stuff that'll smack you. And you'd be like, dang, how much money I need? Yeah. So let's get into it. I have a couple of tips. I got about 9, I think. About 9 tips and tricks and hacks and things that I learned from being in the industry, okay? Do your due diligence and don't be ignorant, because ignorance leads to you not knowing how to move around, okay? Do your research. Read up on stuff. If you got some friends who got an apartment, looking for an apartment, send them this video, send them the last video. And on this video, I want y'all to comment something that you're scared of about getting your first apartment. Like something that makes you nervous, something that's whether it's I gotta learn how to pay my bills on time, whether it's finding affordable stuff, whether it's I don't want crazy neighbors, Let me know in the comments. The best time to get an apartment is between October and January. Why? This is holiday season. If you notice, watch TV and stuff, when do the most car discount commercials come out? October through January. When is everything on sale? October through January. Now everything goes down in January because that's after the holiday season. Same way with apartments, y'all. When I tell y'all an apartment can be $1,400 one day and it could be $1,700 in 3 weeks from then, y'all, apartments jump up hundreds in a matter of days. One lady, I gave her a quote. Well, I didn't give her a quote, but my manager gave her a quote for a townhouse for $1,600. She waited and she came back the next week and a half later. The apartment was $1,900. The townhouse was $1,900. And she was like, oh, hell no. And it's we told you to apply within these 2 days because we give you a price lock for a reason. So don't go look at no apartment until you kind of ready to put an application in. And plan to move between October and January. It's going to be a little cold outside depending on where you're at, but think about it, summertime is when most people are free. If you a college student, you're trying to move in the summertime right before the semester start. Usually people move in the summertime when they move out of state and around, just because it just be little breaks and stuff. And that's just when it's the most active. When people have the most free time, it's kind of in the summertime. So the best time to move is October through January. You're going to have the best rates. I moved in my apartment in July. When I tell you June through August is the worst time to get an apartment. My apartment, I probably would have paid $200 less. $200 or $300 less if I would have moved in here in January or something. So Think about that. And if you're already in the apartment and you like your apartment, but your rent is kind of high, and you looking at the prices at different times, you're like, it's going for how much? Look at when it's time to renew your lease. Look at your lease and look at the terms, right? So my plan is to renew my apartment and get me like an 8-month lease or like a 6-month lease. That way I'm right in the time frame that I need to be to renew it at a better rate. And I'm gonna call corporate and I'm gonna tell them, y'all charging me this, but on your website it says this. I want this. I ain't gonna say it like that. I'm gonna say it in like a, a good way. But you could do that. You can definitely do that. So even though that the best rates do be between that time, rent is still mad high. Rent is still mad high, and the pricing of like the pay of jobs is not matching the quality of the price of rent. I don't think anywhere. Because if the rent is really low somewhere, it's probably like a ghetto place. The occupancy probably down, so they probably running mad specials, or you're living somewhere where they don't pay as much. Like in Petersburg, the apartments is going for like $1,100, $1,200 for 2 bedrooms and stuff. That's Petersburg. Out here, I mean, I got a good little deal. And I'm like on the outskirts a little bit, but like I said, well, in my last video, I told you I'm like 15, 20, 12, whatever minutes from the city, from uptown. So I'm, good little distance. I got a good little rate. But I knew I didn't want to be too far. You don't want to have to move out far from like the city unless you're okay with that and you want that to get a good rate for rent, right? So let me tell you what you need to do. So before you go ahead and like try to get a co-signer, or we call it a guarantor, which is basically just somebody who, when you don't make the income from rent, because a lot of places now want 3 times the rent. They want you to make 2 times the rent. 2 times not that bad, but 3 times the rent. If your rent is $1,400, you gotta be bringing in about like $4,200, $4,500 to be safe, somewhere around that range to qualify for this apartment a month. Bringing in that type of money, that's like $25, $27 an hour. And when taxes hit, you're not even bringing all that in. So before you get a guarantor, just put somebody as your roommate. For 1-bedroom apartments, you can have up to 1 adult and then 1 child as a roommate. Of course, it gotta be somebody over 18. And people who have like houses and stuff, they can get be approved for apartments, because some people keep their place over here. They might be doing Airbnb. There's different ways to move around stuff. So before you get a guarantor, just ask your parent to be on a lease. Now, don't go messing up your parents' stuff, okay? Don't go getting no evictions on your people's stuff. That's so inconsiderate. I don't like inconsiderate people. That's really disgusting to me. If you got somebody else's name on something and you not treating it as if like their whole stuff is in your care. Because let me tell y'all something. An eviction, we have a database that tell us if you got evicted before. An eviction stays on your record for 7 years. So it don't matter if your credit is good, if your money is good. You might get into that apartment, but you're gonna pay more than likely. They're gonna be watching you because you had an eviction, or you might just get denied for an eviction. And the eviction could have been 5 years ago, but it's on your record. And if the apartment don't play that, then you're gonna be sick. So don't do that to nobody. Don't put nobody in that position because you want to play around. But yeah, so when you have a roommate, you'll have to split the rent. At least at my complex. Like, so if you gotta make 3 times the rent, that's really 1.5 times from each person. Or like if this person make 2 times and you make 1 time, y'all combined income is what makes it 3 times. Whereas a grantor or a co-signer, in my complex, a grantor has to make 5 times the rent. Now that's probably like, $100,000 to $120,000 a year. It's not like OD, but a lot of people don't know somebody making 5 times the rent at these rent rates, right? So before you tell them that you're going to get a grantor, try to find a roommate that's fine with just having their name on the lease with you so you can make that income, right? Okay? Now, I told y'all I'm a leasing consultant, right? And I didn't become a leasing consultant for this reason, but y'all might want to consider being a leasing consultant. Now, if you don't have a job moving somewhere, I don't recommend doing this if you're out of state, but if you're moving in state or like in the same city or whatever, get a leasing consultant job. Get a full-time leasing consultant job because you get discounts on your rent. So at my complex, we get either 10 or 20%. I don't live where I work at, but like when I live there, and I don't know. But you can get discount on your rent, and sometimes you can work there for free. So like guys, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a female maintenance supervisor or maintenance tech or whatever, but maintenance people, a lot of times they live on property for free because they be on call. So if you're gonna be on call 24 hours, if an emergency happened, if a pipe bust or something, and you live on property, you can do it for free. And if you work in the office, you get a good discount. Like managers might get like 50% or something, but like full-time leasing consultants like me, and this is a job you don't need experience for this. You don't need experience for this. You just need to be personable, real bubbly, real like I can answer questions that I can learn fast, right? So 10, 20, 30% off your rent, baby, that's a good little chunk. $1,000, 10% off $1,000 is $100. 20% off of $1,000 is $200. That's a good chunk of change, especially if you got it. If you wasn't like penny pinching before, that's a good chunk of change to invest or do whatever else you want to do with it. That's a good chunk of change to mess around with. So if you in that position, get you a leasing consulting job. Or if your roommate, if you can get a roommate that work in the office, y'all gonna both get that discount because y'all name is both on the lease, right? It's not a joke, okay? It's not a joke. In some states, once you late on your rent, and they give you like a 5-day grace period. So my rent, they post on the 25th. So let me know like what the price is, because it might fluctuate with how much water I use or whatever like that. And then it's due on the 1st and it's late on the 6th. So I have from the 1st, for really the 25th to the 5th to pay my rent with no fees. Once that 6th hit, it could be a 5% fee. It could be a 6% fee. It could be a 10% fee. Like I said, 10% on $1,000 is $100. So if you have the money, I don't care if you're gonna have $100 left over. Pay your bills, okay? Like I be looking at people's accounts and they be late or whatever, and I be like, not you gotta pay $80 extra on your rent because you late by a day and a half. Just cause, and it be the people who they be like, they got the money, but they're like, oh, I just forgot. And they could be lying, but it's like, so what I do personally, how I make sure that every month, no matter if I overspend or underspend, I have my money for my bills. I get paid twice a month. So I'll take out, so I know how much my rent is or whatever, the bills that I have for that. In the beginning of the month, I know how much they are. I split it in half. So every check I have, half of that rent or half of that bill price, I take out the first check, boom, put it in an account. So then when that second check comes, I'm not taking most of my check or half of my check or whatever to pay my bills. I'm not doing it. So I literally, like, I have half of it in one account. When the next check hit, I'll take the other half of that bill money and put it in that account. And then when the first come, I transfer it back up to the main account, ship it off. I'm not gonna be late on my bills. There's no way I'm paying close to an extra $100, whatever it is. It don't matter if it's $50. That's money that can go to anything. That's money that can go to anything. So you playing around and you're taking more money out your pocket when you just need to budget. Like, learn how to budget. Before you get an apartment, learn how to budget and learn how to be serious. Because it's so easy for people to be like, I got money for this, or to just, they want to do something else with their money and they just being reckless or they just falling into whatever. I want to buy this. Learn how to budget your money and learn how to tell yourself no. Because it is serious out here. It is serious out here. And you do not want to be one of them ones who cannot pay their bills, okay? Like I said, an eviction stays on your record for 7 years. for 7 years. Some places, they might let you in with an eviction, but you gotta show them that you literally make like 5 times the rent. Because they're not about to let you be stacking up bills on their property. No, like, no. And then speaking on evictions, let's back it up. When you get evicted, at least in North Carolina, because different states do different stuff. Like some states, they can literally legally put your stuff outside within the week that you were late for your rent. They could just throw you out within that week, and it's legal. In North Carolina, they can't do that. So in North Carolina, once you like late on your rent, within like the 10 days or whatever, like a little week or whatever, they'll send you like a notice, like, hey, you late on your rent. Well, on the 6th, my complex, we send out notices. Hey, you late on your rent, We send them out all the letters, because some people forget, or, just need a little reminder. Then about, like, when the 2nd month hit, and you ain't pay your rent, now we sending you a warning and a summon for court, okay? Now, when you go to court, people think that, like, when you go to court, that, like, they're taking your apartment. No, you're going to go to court to explain what's going on and to come up with that money. So I recommend when you get that court date, if you can pay that bread, bring that bread with you, because you can pay it and then the case will be dismissed. You won't have a full eviction on your record. It'll just, it might say, like, eviction, like, pending or whatever, like status or something, but you won't have an actual eviction on your record. It won't be up there for 7 years. I don't even think it hits your credit. Like, it'll be in the court system, yeah, but it won't be like on your record as like a full eviction. So after that court date, though, if you don't have the money, you can appeal. Because some people do be in hard situations. Economy is bad, the job market is bad. So some people literally do, like, they can't come up with the money. It's not because they're being lazy or they're not trying. It's like, I can't come up with. So you can appeal. You can, once you get your court date, you go to the court hearing or whatever. Let's say they file evictions. The next day, you would go back to the court and you would go to like the little clerk or whatever, and you would tell them, I want to file an evictions appeal. Once you file an appeal, you have an extra 30 days, right? For them to look over and see if it's true or not. If they, like, whatever. So in that 30 days, hopefully you can make up that money. But a lot of apartments, they don't take, at least my apartment, we don't take partial payments. So when that rent is stacking, it's stacking. You can't bring us $500 on a 2-band bill. You gotta bring us that 2 bands and 29 cents. I'm not playing. I can't take 2 bands and 20 cents. I need 2 bands and 29 cents. They don't play. They don't play. So, okay? So if you're ever in that situation, yes. If you gotta go to court, try to find the money. If you can't find the money, appeal it. Once you appeal it, if you're still struggling, when you feel like you are down in the dumps with your bread, go to the office. Go to the office. And if in your office is like assholes or whatever, go to another complex and ask them. Go to multiple complexes. Ask them, like, do you know any resources that help people who are struggling with their rent? Times is hard, and there are state-funded programs that can help you with your rent. Now, they're going to look into your background. They're going to see what you're doing. They're going to see where you was working. They're going to see what you got going on. They might, drug test you, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But there are programs to help. You can go to churches. It's not guaranteed, but it's a church. So it's going to be in their heart to give, especially if you, like, you're really struggling. You can go to churches. You can go to, like, Habitats for Humanities or something, or like the Crisis Center. I think it's this thing called like Helping Hands out here in North Carolina. Like, look it up, figure it out, and don't wait till the last minute till they at your door. Like, yeah, you gotta be out today, and you got 7 days to get your stuff. Don't wait. Like, once you feel yourself falling into that hole, start making a game plan, baby, because there's ways to get out that hole. I'm telling you, it's ways to get out that hole, okay? And I've seen, like, I had this lady, and I love her. I love her. Like, when she came in, she was real scared, blah, blah. We let her know, like, she explained to us, like, yeah, I've been looking for a job for a year. They keep telling me I'm overqualified. I have a master's degree. Like, she went and found her a substitute teacher job. She was door dashing, saving all her money, eating, like, bologna sandwiches every day. She went to all the centers, the churches. I want to tell y'all, she scraped up scraped up about 7 bands. And then like one of the programs that she was in, they actually had like a financial literacy plus like stipend program. So now they're about to be paying like $1,000 on her rent for the next like 4 months. And then the substitute teaching job that she got, they offer her a full-time position. So it's like, God, when you fall in the dumps, keep your faith up and keep moving. Keep moving. Because she came to us, she was like, when I tell y'all I was depressed, I didn't see a light. But when I came in that office, y'all sat with me, y'all talked to me, y'all let me cry a little bit, y'all gave me that faith. Because I told her my story. Like, I came down here, I was so hyped for a job. I came down here to no job. And I'm applying. I didn't get my job, y'all, until I started my job 3 weeks before I was out of my savings. Dead ass. My first check was like enough to pay my rent with a little overflow. Like, y'all, when I say God gonna make a way when things, he might let you see, he might let it come to like the tippity of you drowning. But if you keep reaching out, you keep praying, you keep following it, you keep your faith up, and you just keep moving and making it make sense, he gonna make it happen. So she, as you see, things are working out for her. And she was like, y'all, I don't know, if I didn't come in here and have this conversation with y'all, I don't think I would have had the motivation to keep moving. I probably would have drowned. Like, you gotta find your people and you gotta look for the resources, because nobody's gonna sit here and try to give you a handout. I hate when people come in the office and they under evictions and they looking at us like we done took their money. Or like we wrong for trying to charge you your rent that you signed up to have. I understand people be having hard times, but it's no way you coming in here asking us for sympathy with an $11,000 bill. Are you serious? You can't be. So, yes, keep it cute. Shit. And then my last little hacky hack or whatever. Get cool with the staff. They might let you in on little insights. They might, help you out here and there. Like, get some people at my apartment complex. I'll be like beefing out for work and they'll be coming in or whatever. And they're like, yo, I need a da-da. I'm like, all right, I got you. I'll go back in for 5 minutes to get you this little pass. Like, I got you. Or like, I might let them know like, oh, it's this resource or whatever, or you can do this. Like, if you transfer when your lease is over rather than transferring right now, I can save you like $500. Like, little stuff, little information. It's good to be cool with the people in your office, because they're going to let you know what's going on the sidelines. If they cool, they're going to do that. And then also the maintenance men. The maintenance men are not obligated to put up a TV. They're not obligated to fix any of your personal items. They're actually not allowed to, because if they break it, then you're going to try to, say it's on them. And it's like, But if you get really cool with them and you offer them a little bread, they're going to mount your TV. Like a single woman like me, I was lucky because I had a friend who lived in my complex. So, like, he helped me do some stuff. And my stepdad mounted my TV. So, he did some of the, he did that before they left. But, like, I could have paid my maintenance men to, like, build my, build my bed. Or, like, I have a friend, she paid the maintenance men to mount her TV. Thank y'all for tuning in and staying tuned. Thank y'all for staying tuned to the end. If you are here, drop your favorite little tip that I gave you, okay? Or drop something that you didn't know that I put on you, right? I think the thing that I really was like, oh, was that guarantors gotta make like 5 times the rent sometimes. That's crazy as hell. And with evictions, because when I moved in, I thought that I don't pay my rent that week, they evicted me, I'm done, it's over. But you got a little time. Don't let yourself fall through the crack though if you can help it. But if you do fall through the crack and hard times hit, you got a little time. Make sure you be vocal. Make sure you do everything in your power to get yourself out that hole, because nice people want to help nice people. Nice people don't want to help people who is just begging and looking at the world like the world owed them something as a grown adult. Okay? Stay an angel, stay pure, and stay pretty. I hope your apartment shopping journey has been good, is going good, or will go good. And if y'all have any questions, like I said in my last video, hit my Instagram or just comment them down below, and I'll be sure to get back to you on this video or on my Instagram, or I might make another video if y'all have a lot of questions, okay? Stay an angel, stay pure, and stay pretty.